So how the guys responded?
Good. We've had 2 really good practices. I think the guys have done a good job of preparing to this point for ECU.
Cutting the cord, especially the offensive guys, cutting the cord to what happened. Was it made easier because of the way they closed in the 4th quarter? Kind of maybe building on that.
I mean, I don't know if it's any easier. I mean, when you don't win a game, it doesn't really matter how you play. I mean, from that point on, it's about, you know, what do we need to do to win? And so, you know, these guys, they do a good job of, you know, understanding. They're critical of themselves. They watch the film. They know what's going to be pointed out, and then they learn from it and they move on.
I know you are concerned about your team, but what are you concerned about ECU, especially going down there with their fans and all that down there with a state rival?
Well, what concerns me is that Scotty will have them ready to play. They'll play hard. He's always got his team prepared. Defensively, they're playing really well. Offensively, they threw it all over the place. 66 throws and did a really nice job of moving the ball up and down the field. And then on all the special teams, they were extremely sound throughout the entire game. I mean, for a first game. So, and we all know they're going to make their most improvement after in between the first and second game. So, we're gonna have to go into Greenville and play a great game.
Is it a comparable challenge going across the country versus staying in state to play on the road against an in-state opponent? Is there anything common to that, or is it completely?
Yeah, you went on the road, and any time you go on the road, it's hard to win. I mean, it's hard to win anywhere you go on the road in any league.
What are your biggest keys that you want to see from this offense?
Just be consistent. Just do their job. Don't try to do too much. Just you don't have to do somebody else's job. Just do your job, and if you do that, things will work out just fine.
You mentioned Trey Morrison on Monday. What has he done really well? It's impressed you. How has he got that position at nickelback?
Well, he's a true freshman, and he's he played at a high level the entire game. I mean, there were no mental mistakes from him. He did a great job of communicating, and the guys around him did a good job of communicating with him. And he just played. I mean, it wasn't too big for him.
Do you remember anything about his recruitment? He wasn't like that highly of a rated guy.
I remember, not for you maybe, but he was for us.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and it was a battle to recruit him, and I remember spending time with his family and going to their home and great people, and so it's been good. We're glad we got him.
That'll do, Rick.
Yeah, I think you might have said that.
You just said that. I mean,
I think in your show last night you said that there might be times where you use Cade Fort, and what type of situation might you utilize him?
Well, you don't really think I would tell you that, do you?
Well, I mean, could you say, would it be
He's got to be ready to play every single snap. So he's preparing himself to be the guy, because he's an ankle away from being the guy.
I mean, but could you use him in a close game or a blowout game, or have you thought about that?
I've thought about everything, but I still wouldn't tell you that. Okay. I'm just telling you that we're prepared to use him, yes, and we are preparing to use him in every game this season. So it's I don't really know how to answer what you're saying. I'm not going to tell you what our game plan is, but yes, we are preparing to use him.
Okay, so what I'm saying, I guess, could you use him in a situation where Elliott is struggling?
Sure we could. Yeah, no doubt. We could use him in any situation. We could use it if things are going good. We could use him if things are going bad. I mean, he's our number 2 guy, so he's preparing himself to go as if he is the guy.
You said you weren't worried about Nathan's confidence on Monday. You said you were good with that. How did he handle the last couple of days of practice, and did you have to say anything different to him than you had in preparation at this point?
Not really. Nathan's pretty critical of himself. I mean, he knows what mistakes were made. He knows what he has to do to improve. And then we pointed those things out to him too, and he came out here on Tuesday with the attitude that you would expect Nathan to have. I mean, and so I'm proud of the way he responds. I mean, he handles the good and the bad pretty much the same way, and that's a pretty good characteristic for a quarterback.
What was the #1 message in that offensive meeting you had? Cap kind of talked about it a little bit yesterday. What was the clear message to tell out of that meeting?
We just need to do your job. We're not asking anybody to make any superhuman plays. Just make the plays that come to you, And so that means if your job is to run a guy off, then run the guy off the best you possibly can. If your job's to catch the ball, catch the ball. If your job is to block somebody, then block that guy. Just do your job.
I don't want to say a lot, but some was made about what you said on David Glenn's show, that you don't remember the last loss against ECU. Do you really not? remember what happened?
That's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said.
Is that like a selective memory? Like you want to forget the bad and just move on, or what is that?
Selective memory. That's probably a pretty good way of putting it. I remember what I want to remember, you know, and block out the things that I want to block out.
Anything else? Thank you, folks.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.